Alright, so this is my tutorial on how the morph storage works. So basically what you want is, the only thing that you need is a save file that has your morph that you want to use. So what you want for any percent is the Cyber Ace. So you need a save file that's up to Tomoki City to where you can go into that save file and use the morph. So once you have that, you want to go to load game, and you want to load your file that has that morph that you want. And this is what you're going to want to do. So you go into the level, any level, it doesn't matter which one it is. And the only thing you need to do right now is use the morph that you want, and then exit the level. It's simple as that. A pretty easy process. So, you use the morph that you want, and then exit the stage. So, what you're going to want to do in an actual run is you're going to want to go back to the main title screen and start a new game, which that will work for this, but since this only works, you need to be able to use, to have another morph in order for this to work. I have a save file that's over here that's basically just at the third level where you first get your morph. So I'm just going to go into this for the sake of time. So when you get into here, what you want to do is you go into the level, and this is what you're going to want to do. The first things first is go into the start menu, and this is where it starts on Japanese anyways, so if you're Japanese, if you're playing Japanese and don't know how to read the menu like I do, this will help you a lot. You press up twice and you go down to here. And what you want to do is this option, the only one that's not to the left, you want to turn that on. That's quick morph. So basically you turn that on, then you go back into the game, and what you want to do is you want to morph and then immediately pause before the morph wheel, like your morph comes out, so do that. So what you want to do is when you do that, you go back to this option right here, turn it off, and then you go back out, and boom, your Cyber Ace. But what you want to do, if you bring out the morph wheel, this glitch ruins itself and you can't do it anymore. So what you want to do is right when you come out of the morph, you want to go back and turn on quick morph, because what quick morph will do, I'll show you. If you do it, so I'm just curling up into a ball and getting my juice up. So if you accidentally do this and forget that you need to do that, if you use quick morph, it'll just use whatever morph you have saved under the quick morph. So it'll just go back to this, and the only time it'll really waste is you won't be able to use the Cyber Ace for a while. Whereas if you do this and you bring up the morph wheel, the run's over because you can't do that anymore. You can't wrong morph the Cyber Ace anymore. So every single time you want to morph, you have to have... So basically, you're going to have it on anyways, because you're going to do that. You'd have to pause anyways, because say if you didn't put it off, before you do the wrong morph, is the term I'll say, you have to bring it on anyways. So it's basically there for safety, and since you're going to have to do it anyways, that extra menuing doesn't actually waste time. So, since you have the quick morph on, you do this again, and then you turn it off, and then it makes you the Cyber Ace. So, this menu, what happens is you can switch between two of them that you have stored. And in order to make it so it's not, so since this is the first, the first morph that you have, you only have two at this point. But, well, you're only supposed to have one, but you can use two. So what you want to do is, if you want, so the wrong morph is going to be the Cyber Ace, and when you want to change it to something else, you go to this menu, which this menu isn't, it sets what your quick morph is, and all you want to do is go in there and then set whichever one to the quick morph. So since it won't let me do it since I only have one morph at this time, but if I was on a file that had more than, if I was farther in the game and had more than one morph, I could just go into this menu and then you just click on whichever one you want to use, like your secondary morph, and then you can use those two morphs. So that's basically how you get morphs way early on before they're even unlocked, and yeah, have fun with breaking the game.